All right. So, what was the purpose for this channel? Well, when I first started playing this game earlier this week, earlier this week, time went by really quick. It was probably about 9 or 10 days ago. I was like, I really enjoy this. It was one of those nights where I took off the headset and realized a few hours had already passed, and I was like, didn't even realize it. And I literally had to stop myself from playing. And since that day, it's been like that every night. Every day I have to pull myself away from the game. It's time to go to bed. So I'm really enjoying it. And the last time I felt this way about playing a particular game was back when I used to play a game called World of Warcraft. And this was a game that I had played for, I started playing it about a year. It was about a year after it actually came out. So it was still in what they call vanilla WoW, which meant it was the original content for like any downloadable content or like post packs before it had any type of expansion packs. That's what it is, expansion packs. And I started playing that game, and I played it for about probably 12 years, I would probably want to say. And there were some times where I had played anywhere between 8, 9, 10, 12 hours non-stop because I enjoyed it that much. And that's the same feeling that I've been experiencing since I've started playing this game. So it's been many years since then, and I'm really interested in seeing how this expands and plays out this. But one thing that I really enjoyed back then was being a part of the actual game community. Being a part of the game community, and what I meant back then, we didn't really have social media, so to speak. I mean, I think we probably had MySpace back then. But everyone was pretty much on the forums. So everything that you wanted to learn about the game, you could go on the forums and there'd be threads going on. Some people had voice communications back there, which was called Ventrilo. Yeah. But anyhow, kind of going back now. One of the things that I really liked about it was the community, and also the podcasts. Back then, we had tons and tons of podcasts for that video game, to the point where every day you could basically have a new podcast from somebody else, from some stream. And it was awesome because I would sit there and just farm for hours and hours. Wow, my throwing is really off. There we go. So I would sit there and farm for hours and hours, leveling characters, leveling alts, grinding gear, grinding materials, resources. As you can tell, I am right-handed, not left-handed. And all the while doing that, I would sit there and just listen to podcasts, listening to, what's going on, what's new in the game, what are people in end raid, high tier end raid doing, what are their strats. Pretty much it's just being a part of everything that's going on around the game. Well, right after I started playing this game, I immediately started to go to those old habits of, oh, where can I learn about this? Who's already talking about this game? Who's has like a really big interest in it, and or who's starting to develop in this area, so to speak? Because it's a new game. I mean, it just came out less than 3 weeks ago. So, but back then, communities would start before the game. I mean, you would actually be able to, like, there would be a new MMO that was coming out because a lot of us were into massive multiplayer online role-playing games, but they took a tremendous amount of time in your day. However, whenever we would hear about a new game coming out, a whole community would already start up about the game ahead of time, showing fan art and basically like ideas of concepts and whatnot, and until eventually everybody gets online and everybody starts looking for each other to play together because they've already formed relationships through this forum. I guess Discord would kind of be the way to do that nowadays. Yeah. So I just started to look for that. And I haven't found any videos on YouTube that are focused exclusively on this game as of yet. Everything that I've seen so far has been mostly game reviews, or, ooh, check this out, this is my first time playing, or, you know, this is a really cool co-op game. Nothing really geared or focused at, hey, dude, we've got this combat area right here. We have to learn how to actually hit things in this game. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's definitely aim assist in this, but still, you know, I can have times where I do that. So you have to learn how to develop these skills. It's not aim, push a button. I don't know, get me wrong, that's actually really difficult too. But it feels like it requires more of your involvement in order to really be effective at what you're doing, so to speak. And since the virtual world is meant to replicate the physical world, so to in terms of physics and people and walls and stuff like that, anyhow, moving within the environment, it would make sense to go ahead and play it as such, make it more immersive. But I don't know, I think it's going to really translate much more effectively in the future when we start having motion cap by inside out tracking from the headsets. And then at that point, yeah, everyone's motions are going to appear in this environment, including how they hold their controllers and how they move around in the environment. So make it a part. Anyways, tangent. So what is the purpose of this stream, podcast, videocast? I don't even know what. I'm so out of everything now. This web series, this YouTube channel. I really want to focus on becoming a really good player in this game. Not necessarily just like for competitiveness, but for the immersiveness. To actually come in here and to role play. There you go. But not necessarily role playing a character, but role playing the role that you're actually expressing while you're in here. So while certain things may be really easy to do with controllers, like, oh, throw, and, you know, shoot, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, but wouldn't it be nice to shoot, right? How's that going to translate when you got mocap? That's so cool. So just have fun with it. Anyhow, the whole purpose of these videos is I want to become more involved in looking at this game in different ways, and I feel that having a web series would create a space where that would naturally unfold just as a product of doing whatever is happening. You know, you develop an eye for looking at things specifically based off of what your current experiences are. So, very interesting. Plus, it'd also be wonderful to find others that are into playing and learning how to play this game in a similar manner, and just kind of share ideas and just kind of get inside and maybe play together. So, who knows? Right now, this is the first video with no specific intention other than, hey, here's an introduction. Let's hang out. Let's see what happens with the next video.